This wonderful looking thing is a manifold of a Foden steam wagon. Steam goes into there and comes out of those two valves. I think that valve there controls the blower, which excites the fire when the engine's not running. And this is the valve we're concerned with, this one here. This valve sends steam to the water injector. I did the water injector up some time ago and that's working really well, but this valve is leaking all the time. It's weeping steam past all the time and I've got to try and seal it up. I'm having a look around it and I can see there's been a repair here. This fitting's been brazed at one time or another. A lot of these items have been frozen up in the past and burst and they've had repairs done on them. There's also a repair done there. I'll bring the camera in so you can see that one in there. You can see there where it's had some sort of repair done in the past. It's been brazed back together. I really need to take the valve off the manifold so I can work on it and also pressure test it. It'll unscrew from there, or at least it should unscrew from there. Give it a little exploratory. I didn't expect that to come out of there as easily as that. There's no joint in there. It seals on that face, that's just, looks like asbestos string of some description or some sort of string in there anyway. It has indeed been brazed up, it's been cracked down there sometime, but it's working. We're not interested in that part, it's the valve seat inside of here that we're going to be concerned with. You can see how polished and worn it is. It does get polished, but all this is wear from hand operating that because it is really old. I expect this to be tight. Oh, and I'm not being disappointed. But once again, it's given up the fight. Right, it's what I expected to see in there. A little valve, very similar to the Sentinel stuff. Little valve and a valve seat down there. I bring the camera in so you can get a good look at the valve and the valve seat. That's the seat down there, that part. And that's the little valve. There's some marks on it, it doesn't look too bad. What I'm going to do is put it back together and put a pressure test on it to see, make sure it is leaking, and I can go about sealing it back up again. I managed to find a fitting that screws into there. It's actually part of a regulator that screws into an oxy bottle. That's what thread that is. So I'll have to shorten it down so it seals on that shoulder, and then I'll probably tap that quarter BSP to take an LED adapter, which means then I can put some steam on there to test it. Well, it'll not be steam, it'll be compressed air. That's quarter BSP. You can see the hole is too big, so we'll have to go to 3/8 and then put a reducer rate to bring it down to quarter. I've been very impressed with this angle loop thread cutting compound, machine compound. I'm going to do a proper review on it. But look, and now it's sort of doing the job for us quite nicely. I've got this couple onto my shop air line, like 150 psi, and you can hear it's pissing out. I've got to be able to improve that. Yeah, so that my valve's leaking quite badly. The valve in the seat didn't look that bad, but there's nowhere else it could be leaking past really. Nowhere at all. There's no cracks or nothing in there. I'll try lapping it in with a little bit of fine paste and see what sort of seat it produces. The top of the valve's got a little slot. You can put a screwdriver in to turn it and put a little bit of fine grinding paste on the valve face. Doesn't take much. And we'll give it a lap in and see where it's sitting, if it's sitting anywhere. The valve in the seat appear to be bronze. In that case it should lap in quite nicely. And oscillations like that, you don't put a drill on and spin it, that doesn't work. I've ground thousands and thousands of car valves in doing this. Exactly the same principle. Now we'll have a look and see what we've got. I'm taking most of the way around, but not all the way around. And the seat's in better condition than the valve, but it still isn't sitting all the way around. I'll bring the camera if you can see if I can make it focus. Come on, focus, you twat. There's a bit on the seat there where it hasn't been touching. You can see it's like a matte colour there. There's a bit there. I'm tempted to reface this valve. Very tempted. It's got like a flat on it. It's badly worn. Very badly worn. Right, I've got the compound slide set at 45 degrees, which is the angle the seat should be. I'm going to give it a little try and see what happens. I can always make a new valve if I have to, but I'd rather not. Right, so that's a really light cut. If we look, there's a bit there where it hasn't been sitting on. That's where the problem's been lying, or the problem's lying. just about there. Right, happy with that. That looks a lot better. A lot better. I'm going to put a little bit of fine grinding paste on the newly cut valve seat. A little drop of thin oil. Right, we've got straight away we've got a full seat on the valve. Need to have a look to see what the valve seat looks like. It's looking pretty good. We'll go to a finer grade of grinding paste. Right, if you look in there now, I'm sure you can see it's got a full seat all the way around, and the valve is seating all the way around as well. I'm going to put it together, do like a dummy build on it, put an air test on, and then we'll strip it, clean it, and put it together for real. Right. Got a very, very slight weep on it. Nothing compared to what it had, but it's not right yet. Very, very slight. so we'll give it a bit more lap in, but it's certainly 100% better than it was. Nobody wants these have been steamed and heated up a few times. They do bed themselves in, but we'll give it a little bit more of the same treatment. I've got some really fine paste, we'll use some of that. We're getting some really fine stuff now. I've got a tin of brasso here, and in the bottom of the tin of brasso the actual abrasive settles like that. Oh, I've just spilt the twat. The abrasive settles like that, so we'll put a little bit of that on, and we'll lap it in with that, and that's going to really put a fine seat on. That's about as fine as I can go. I mean, it's sort of 99.9% sealed, but not 100%. But from when it first come in, it's a hell of a lot better. It's not pissing out anymore. I think this time we'll build it up for real. I'll put a little bit of steam seal on that face. I'm not going to get much better than what I've done, I don't think. Right, we'll give it a try. I've actually sealed the lid in now, so this is as good as it's going to be. And I'll tell you what it is. That's not bad. It's about as good as it gets, that. Yep, really happy with that. Really happy. You think how bad it was when we brought it in, it was really pissing out. Yep, definitely settle for that. We'll do a little experiment with the rubber glove. You see it's not inflating. I wonder how much pressure a rubber glove can take. Oh, John. I think it's only fair that I open the valve and let the bastard go, I suppose. Right. Retire to a safe distance. Ah, that was a bit poor. I was expecting more than that. Very undramatic. Very undramatic. Comes up with a lovely colour, the bronze, really nice. The base is a different material to the top. The base is proper bronze, and the brass is probably, the top's probably just brass. razor repairs going on it. It's actually PTFE tape that this has been sealed in with. It's obviously been to bits fairly recently. The threads aren't the best in the world neither. Been some real trauma going on at some time with this. Yeah, definitely pipe tape that. So if pipe tape was good enough for them, it's good enough for me. These vice jaws are good in that they don't damage anything, but they don't get a very good grip. It's time for some new ones. I might try copper on the next ones instead of aluminium. I've got some copper bar that I'll be able to use. Little test piece did its job. It has been repaired in the past. Ideally would be a washer on there, but there just isn't enough thread to put a washer on, and what thread there is not very good. I want to put some steam seal on there as well. This is nice gear. It doesn't come off your hands. That's one thing with it. If you to wear gloves, it's filthy stuff. But it does the job. Amazing how heavy a tin of this stuff is. There must be lead or something in there. So it pictures a dead fish on the back, which is always a pretty good sign. Not for the fish, of course. Right then. I can't remember which way the valve was facing when it come in, but it was face to face, so it's got to be in the same place. All I've done is clean the faces up. Right, leave it at that. Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because I am getting very near to 100,000 views. If you like watching what you see here, and you must be because you keep coming back, there's a link in the description box of the video to my Patreon channel where you see things in a little bit more depth. There's a bit more swearing and a little bit more entertainment. Anyway, have a look. Thanks for watching.